I'm Stephen Kunz. I am the PR and marketing specialist for iBuyPower, and I'll be showing over what we have for iBuyPower this year at CES.
Thanks, Steven.
All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and get started with our new line of cases. So this is what you'll be seeing coming out later this year. So the TraceX and the ElementPulseX cases. So as you can see, compared to some of our previous cases, they are a lot more contemporary in terms of the design. So if you take like the TraceX in particular, it has a fully rounded front and side panel right over here.
Yeah.
So, and then on top of that as well, there's also vents, flowing vent design that coincides with the top and side radiator fans.
Yeah.
And it's really meant to basically it's basically our take on more of a modern design PC. That's something that's a little bit more sharp and angular, like some of our previous cases, like the Slate 8 case or Slate 9. We do have also our Element Pulse case. So last year we had the Element 9 Pro, which was a tempered glass case. It's a mesh top with a really prominent corner button. So as you can see, we basically updated our design while still maintaining the corner button.
Yeah, I like that corner button.
And then we also have these diffused lighting strips that bleed along the edge of the cases, right over there. These cases are basically compatible with all of the major components that you expect to see. So if you have like really big GPUs or if you have a lot of fans, you can basically fit as much as you can in here. I believe it takes up to 8 fans for each chassis. I think also for the Element Pulse, there is an option where you can get the case kitted with a glass top if you really want to focus on visibility.
Oh, wow.
So you would give up the top 8 fans. You would give up the top 3 fans.
Yeah.
Or like placement for that. So it depends on what you're looking for.
That's nice.
So like mesh top, you can replace that with a glass top if you'd like.
Yeah. That's cool.
Right over here we have our KM10 keyboard and mouse bundle. So right now, iBuyPower, we have our KM7 mouse and keyboard bundle, and this is basically what's going to be rolling out in our new pieces this year.
Okay.
So these are an upgrade from our current keyboards. So as you can see, there's an RGB lighting right over here, a light ring around the board, and then there's a built-in volume wheel for more media functionality. And then of course we have our new mouse, which has an RGB element right over here on the palm.
Yeah.
It's also really cool with a little grip on the thumb right here.
Okay.
So you can just easily set your thumb right here.
Yeah.
I personally really like it just because I like having a little bit more heft in the mouses that I use, and while it's still relatively light, that little grip does give me a little bit more control personally.
Oh, yeah, look at that. That's nice.
Yeah, just being able to grip onto something like that.
Yeah.
Here's some of our more accessories that are coming out. We have our AW5 and our AC5 coolers. So our AW5 cooler is basically a 360 millimeter AIO that replaces the top CPU water block with a segmented display. So as you can see, it's reading the CPU temperatures, usage, and fan speeds as the default to HYTE Nexus software. So PCs that come with this cooler will have HYTE Nexus installed automatically.
Okay.
And so just by basically having it installed out of the box, you'll be able to see that information displayed on the screen. That's as much as it'll display, but if you're looking for more of a quick pulse check in terms of how your computer is performing, and you prefer a more simple display instead of something that's a lot more media rich, that's also another option for you. We also have our AC5 CPU cooler. Basically, it's a tower heat sink, so where you can install one 120 millimeter ARGB fan on the side and keep it cool, just steady. That one's really perfect for starter-friendly builds, or if you really, really prefer air cooling.
Yeah.
That's another option that we offer. And of course, we also have our logo with RGB.
Of course.
But you have to have RGB in everything.
For sure. Love it.
Yeah. I'm personally really excited about the AW5 just because we really want to see how that performs. Because last year, our AW4, we did some reviews for that, and that actually did really well. So very good to see what people think about it. This is our concept system. So the Element CL was our attempt to make hardline water cooling accessible via pre-built PCs. So you basically buy a PC, open it up and plug it in out of the box, and you have all these hardline cooling extensions.
It's really cool.
We're experimenting with that concept again with the TraceX CL concept PC. So as you can see, it uses our TraceX case that you've seen before, but now we've integrated a custom distro plate that combines the pump, reservoir, and cooling routing to really maximize space, minimize bend, maintain aesthetics, and really reduce assembly complexity. Because that's one of their goals, is really make this as accessible as possible.
Okay.
Another key innovation that we've done is that innovative adjustable sliding terminals, which really let the inlet and outlet ports easily be adjusted to line up with the CPU as well as the GPU as well.
That is amazing.
And the idea is that you basically would be able to buy this PC, be able to experiment with water cooling, learn how to maintain a loop like this without having to build it out yourself or learn a lot of the intricacies behind it. And then, like, it basically has been a very introductory option to water cooling if you like that aesthetic, but you don't want to go fully deep into the mechanics. And then lastly, for the iBuyPower side, we also work with a lot of different folks. And we have some showcase systems that we should have at CES. First one we have is our Archetype Origins KPop Demon Hunter's mod.
Yeah, this one caught my eye. Literally caught my eye. We're just walking in. I was like, "Whoa, what's that?" And
Yep.
it's beautiful.
If you've seen the movie, this is basically...
I have, yeah.
This is basically really kitted out themed PC, especially with the paint job that they've done as well on the chassis itself.
They
and
did
the
an
custom
amazing
mask
job.
Bird. Right over here, we also have our Liquid House PC, where Liquid House to basically make a really nice aesthetic PC. So you take a look at the inside, it uses gold and black tubing, hardline tubing. So that one is also water cooled. And some of the mods that they introduce include screens at the top of the power supply that measure, and then also a front touch screen as well. We basically had them take our Y70
Nice.
touchscreen and integrate it into the X50.
That's awesome.
Lastly, we also have our Silksong PC. So this is actually at the Game Awards, where we worked with AMD to basically kit out this system themed after Hollow-Knight Silksong in time for one of their offsite events, where they showcase various PCs using AMD and with the nominees for like the Game Awards.
That's awesome. It's a
This is a
beautiful case.
really beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's basically it for iBuyPower. Like showcase systems, parts that you'll see coming out next year, and all new cases to build in.